Checkout page makes it easy for you to calculate and collect the right tax rates so that you can be sure that you're charging the correct tax rates no matter where you sell in the world. Checkout page makes it easy for you to calculate and collect the right tax rates by integrating with Stripe Tax so that you don't have to keep up with the tax rules and regulations. Hello, it's Chanel from Checkout Page. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can enable Stripe Tax so that taxes are automatically calculated and collected on your checkout pages. Let's first take a look at this page that I've already created. I've input an address in the United States, and in the price breakdown, we can see that there's an added sales tax of $1.99. Firstly, I'll show you how you can enable Stripe Tax in your checkout page account and your Stripe account. Next, I'll show you how you can add the relevant fields on your page to collect the information needed for tax calculation. And lastly, I'll show you how the tax is calculated when your customers check out. Let's dive in. Let's first enable Stripe Tax in our checkout page account. From your dashboard, click Store Settings, then click Stripe Tax from the top, and then click here to enable Stripe Tax. This Stripe Tax page in your store settings provides further information about Stripe Tax. Now let's enable Stripe Tax within our Stripe account. As we can see here, my Stripe account is already registered to Belgium because that's where I'm located. You'll then need to set your product tax code for which all your products will be assigned to. This is important because there are different tax rates for different types of products being sold. You can do so by clicking here and selecting or searching the type of product that you are selling. I'm going to choose General Electronically Supplied Services. In your Stripe Tax settings, you can also set the tax to be inclusive or exclusive. If you already know that you want your tax rates to be exclusive, you can select No. For example, Canada and the United States always use exclusive tax rates. Setting this feature to automatic allows Stripe Tax to automatically determine if the tax rate is inclusive or exclusive depending on your customer's location. Next, within your Stripe account, it is important to register the locations to which you're selling your products so that Stripe Tax can automatically calculate and collect the tax rates depending on your customer's location. As you can see here, I've already registered Belgium and Canada, and 4 different locations within the United States. It is important to register different locations because different locations have different tax requirements. To register a new location, click Add Registration, and click here to select or search a location. Let's register California, and click Next. We can now see that we've registered California as it's been added to our location list. Stripe Tax considers the following factors in order to calculate tax on a transaction. First, the location of the seller, your location. Second, the location of the customer. Third, the type of product being sold. And fourth, the type of customer, whether they are a private person or a business. Now that we've enabled Stripe Tax in our checkout page account and our Stripe account, on our checkout page, let's add the fields needed to collect our customer's address so that Stripe Tax can know where your customers are based and calculate and collect the correct tax rates based on their location. But let's add fields to capture the address information that Stripe Tax needs for the United States. Let's first click Checkout on the top menu and Checkout Fields on the left side menu. To add new fields, click Add Field here. For the United States, Stripe Tax requires an address field, a country field, and a postal code field. I'm going to quickly add these fields to our page, but if you'd like to learn more about checkout fields, please feel free to watch our other YouTube video. And as we can see in our preview, we now have an address field, a country field, and a postal code field. We've just added the relevant address fields that Stripe Tax requires for the United States to calculate and collect the correct tax rates. But Stripe Tax requires different address information from different regions. For both Canada and the EU, Stripe Tax requires the country field and the postal code field. For the UK and all other regions, Stripe Tax requires the country field. Now let's see how the tax rate calculations are made in our live hosted page. Click here to open up our live hosted page. As customers input their information in the fields, Stripe Tax will calculate the tax rate applicable to them based on their location. Let's input 3 different locations to see how Stripe Tax calculates and collects the applicable tax rate. I first inputted an address located in the United States. In the price breakdown, we can see that a sales tax of $1.99 is added. I've now input a location in Canada, and in the price breakdown, we can see an added HST of $3.90. And lastly, I've input an address in Belgium. And in the price breakdown, we can see an added VAT of $6.30. The Stripe tax settings that we've previously set in our Stripe account will apply to all of our pages by default, but we can change these Stripe tax settings within each individual page. First, click Checkout from the top menu, then select Stripe tax from the left side menu. We can click here to disable the Stripe tax settings on this page altogether. You can do this if you don't want to charge tax rates on a specific product or service. But if you'd like to enable Stripe tax for this page and override the Stripe tax settings within your Stripe account, you can do so in this section. You can override your Stripe account's tax behavior by manually selecting here if you'd like the tax rate to be automatic, inclusive, or exclusive. You can also change the product tax code within this page by selecting a different product here. And that's how you enable Stripe tax so that taxes are automatically calculated on your checkout pages depending on your customer's location, so that you don't have to keep up with the tax rules and regulations. Thanks for watching, and please let us know if you have any questions.